The rumors of Reactor's demise have sadly not been greatly exaggerated. But from the ashes rises the Chatter's Court. Now you're wondering what kind of qualifications I might have. And I'm 28. And I own a Herman Miller. So you know I got my shit together. And also, look at this. I'm I got called up to the bar. So yeah. For legal reasons, I need to say that I have not been called up to the bar, nor any judgments binding, nor representative of the Law Society of Ontario, nor any law society in Canada and its extra-continental holdings. The people are fake. The reactions are played up for comedic effect. This is the Chatter's Court. Oh, sorry. I thought this was like a picture. Does anybody know how to... Does anybody know how to make it pause?
Good morning, please be seated.
Sorry, I'm not very good with computers. Just give me one moment.
In the case of Sanis Health Inc. et al. Against His Majesty
What is
the
this?
King,
Who are these
in
people?
right of the province of British
Control
Columbia,
P?
for the appellant, Sanis
What's
Health
happening?
Inc.
Am I the asshole for laughing at my brother's girlfriend's psychoanalysis of me? Okay, this is the most Redditor thing I could imagine. So let's do this one. I, 17M, am really into collecting colognes. I was gonna say collagens. I have 30 plus full-size bottles as well as 50 plus smaller sampled size decants. Some of this admittedly is Christmas birthday presents from friends and family, but I also buy with my own money, trade bottles. I do have for bottles I want and have a cologne review TikTok page that's popular enough for some companies to send me free bottles. So I don't want to give the impression of being daddy's money. All right, you're 17. First off, obviously it's daddy's money. What do you think? Like, it's fine. You're 17, right? It doesn't matter. You're 17. It is daddy's money. Who cares? Who cares? Anyways, my brother brought his girlfriend over and I was giving her a tour of the house. We went to my room. She asked me why I had so many cologne bottles, and I essentially said I always enjoy smelling new scents. And I'm never satisfied, and I found the best scent when there's one out there I haven't smelled. Okay. No, just it's such 17-year-old energy, right? Well, see, hello, welcome. This is who's the guy who like screamed power and then like a tonsil stone flew out? This is how you become that guy. Right? His name Johnny Cologne. It's something fragrance, right? John Fragrance. Get his name. Wait, the stream is working. Okay, yeah, good. I thought Forrest was making a joke and he was. She asked me if I was a fuckboy. I said I don't think so and asked why. She said based off of how I always felt the need to try out new colognes and could never settle with what I had being enough for me, I probably do the same with women. Really? This made me laugh. I asked if she had taken her first psych class or something. She got offended and asked me why I was laughing, and I admitted that I just frankly thought that was a really stupid analogy to make, and inanimate objects and living humans aren't the same. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Okay. There's not really much of a judgment here. I forget there's you're the asshole. Everybody sucks here. Not the asshole and what's it called? I think that's it. I think those are the others. The three. Um for the guy posting, it's hard to tell because it's their story, right? Obviously. It's their story. But yeah. I mean, for given what they said, they're not really an asshole. It's such a weird thing to like ask somebody you just met if they're a fuckboy. and then being like, well, you have so many colognes, which makes me think that you discard women like they're just objects. Like, he's not Bond, all right? He's not fucking James Bond. He's just a little kid, no offense, right? With like a lot of colognes. She got offended. Yeah, she probably would get offended if you laugh at her, but it's a weird thing to say. Let's see if there's insane takes, by the way. 4G, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Whoa, chat's going so fast, nobody will see that I'm streaming. Not the asshole. What's wrong with her? Yeah, I mean, let's not go too crazy, but yeah, she's probably also like 19. Like, she's probably 19 as well. Like, what are you gonna expect, right? Probably didn't know what to say because it's like her boyfriend's little brother. She's like, "Are you a fuckboy?" No, that's still like a weird thing to just come out and say. Um, yeah, not the asshole. Your reply is, "I'm 17-year-old." Well, no, that's not what your reply should be. What are you even talking about? Leisure Suit Lorenzo? I have like the irk. You joined Reddit a year ago? You have 44,000 comment karma. First of all, why did you join Reddit a year ago? That just tells me everything I need to know about the quality of the character of this chatter. Who joined Reddit a year ago? All right. Let's see what the chatters court, because this is the chatters court. I'm just calling it React court to get more engagement. But you know, legally I think I'm gonna have to call it the chatters court. Smelt versus smelled. Yeah, I agree. Smelt sounds like a fish, right? And it is. Not the asshole. Now there's an asshole. ESH equals eesh, super asshole here. YTA, you're a turbo asshole. Huh. Info. I need fewer Ona. Oh, I don't need to read that one actually. Alright. That one wasn't bad though, right? Like, that one could be ChatGPT. I just don't get why it would be. There wasn't like an agenda. You know? Verdict is not the asshole. Yeah. No, for sure. Verdict is not the asshole. He handled it perfectly. Well, yeah. I mean, like, he's just like, why would you even say that? That's so awkward. Why would you say this on our first, like, conversation? It is weird that he had to give her a house tour, though. It is a bit weird. Why is poo mode activated? This is... I don't know. Let's see what that means. AITA for vetoing putting an offer on my wife's dream house. Let's see, let's put it like that. My wife. No, we're not doing that. Sorry. There we go. My wife, 34 female, and I, 38 male, are shopping. You know what I gotta say? I don't actually care how old these people are most of the time. I think it's more fun to infer it from them. The real degree is it actually is a real degree, and I wasn't sure if I should use it. You can see there's a guy's thumb in it. And also this is his actual certificate from the Supreme Court of Canada. So I'm thinking about maybe just removing it because I think it might be illegal. But luckily, also this is a real court. And I'm not sure what the legalities of that are either. So if the video gets taken down, probably for that. If there's no VOD, it's probably for that. Of course, it's a real court. Yeah, obviously, but still, showing court footage is fine. It's from the Supreme Court of Canada. It's just I don't know how to engage with lawyers, so it might be scary. Anyway, okay. My wife and I are shopping for our first house. We both put together lists of needs, wants, and deal breakers for our desired house. We both had similar lists in terms of needs and wants. Yeah, no shit, you're married. You probably should have a similar list of needs and wants. multiple bedrooms, and good schools for when we have kids, fenced in yard for a dog, no major renovations needed. I only had one real deal breaker. I told her I would refuse to even put down an offer in a, I told her I would refuse to even put an offer in on a house that has an HOA. My parents lived in an HOA when I was a teenager, and I saw the amount of BS they had to go through all the time. All right away, this guy is going to be hailed as a Reddit hero. They're going to get Reddit gold for this. There's going to be like a shooting star award. There's going to be like a White Rhino award. Shit like that, for sure. You know? Just, I'm going to say it right there, you know? HOAs, we don't really have them as much in Canada as, you know, in the States you do. And when they do exist, they have much less autonomy, I believe. But then you guys run HOAs like they're like a paramilitary. So I get not wanting to deal with HOAs. There's no way I want to spend a huge amount of money and have to deal with that kind of thing for who knows how many years. The house could check every single box in our need and want list, and I would still refuse to even try and buy it. I think saying you're not going to do it, maybe. Like, I would still look at it, right? I would still look at it. Vito, hello, welcome. Is this a Jalor friendly stream? I've already said what I said about how I feel about all the Glorpians. And I don't need to repeat it, but let's just say I don't like it. Well, our search has not been an easy one. We have been priced out of a lot of areas that we were hoping to live in. Yep, that adds up. And the houses that are more within our budget are not exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, that all makes sense. We've toured lots of houses, offers been rejected, sellers try to get us into bidding wars. Whatever. Last week, our realtor, they don't really do anything, right? They don't really do much. Sent us a home that was just hitting the market. She was excited because she thought it was exactly what we were looking for. My wife fell in love with the pictures and wanted to set up a tour. But as I was looking at the listing, I saw it has an HOA. I told my wife that I don't wanna. Is anything gonna happen in this story? She looked up at a tour, she viewed the house, she said it was a dream. She said there's no harm in submitting an offer. HOAs are my number one deal breaker. She's never lived in an HOA. She's now super pissed at me. All right. Dude needs to compromise. Dude needs to realize he has to compromise at some point. Honestly, yeah. I don't know. It's clear he put this as this is so fucking off and will be hell for me. I think there's okay. I'm coming from this with a air of ignorance, just like the wife is. I have not lived somewhere with an HOA, right? If it really, I think, depends on what the HOA contract looks like and how kind of imposing the HOA is. So I can understand why he doesn't want to do it, but I can also get why she's mad, right? I can get why she's mad. Like, really, a lot of chat is saying that HOAs are bad. And because I want to like farm plus twos, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, HOAs are bad, actually. Plus two, guys, please. Plus two. No, but what I'm gonna say is let's go away from the topic of HOAs, right? I think his wife is allowed to be upset. Because it does feel bad when you're okay with something and then you think of it as your dream house, and then your partner's like, it doesn't work for me, right? You can be upset about that. That's natural. She should probably get over it eventually, obviously, right? But yeah, I told her she's letting her frustrations with the process cloud her judgment, and she's taking it on me. Yeah, you're right, but you don't have to say it. You know, that's not what you say. You say, there's going to be more houses that we're going to look at, and I love you. And let's just keep trying. You don't say you're getting mad at the process. You shouldn't be getting mad at me. Like, that's not gonna talk her down from the angry ledge. She's just gonna get more mad, right? Now, going back to the issue of HOAs, I'm gonna read a bit of chat because I think they know this a bit more than me, which is crazy. Vast majority of garbage here. At my in-laws' neighborhood, the HOA is suing someone for painting their fence without getting their approval on the color. Well, that's just common sense, right? Yeah, we should stub out any personality in houses. The fact that they had a full discussion beforehand on what they each consider a deal breaker to me makes me side a bit more with him. That's fair. I wonder what her deal breakers were, because that's never mentioned. And it makes me wonder if there was like other houses, right, that were deal broken. It just sounds like it's a pain in the ass. Info, how long have you been searching for a house? It's been a while, I think, right? It really does sound like. Yeah. Look at this. I hate HOAs. Not to say that they're wrong, but like, yeah. Oh, but they're saying there's also perfectly harmless ones. And then they say go talk to the neighbors, which is honestly, this is a good compromise, is to say, yes, it is a deal breaker, but maybe go and try to see if the HOA, you could actually deal with it, right? Again, I do want to stress that I've never had an HOA. But I from my understanding, a lot of them are, there's some really bad ones. There's a few that are actually a net positive, and some of them are just like nothingy. If all the mailboxes are the same, then run away. I buy property to live in. I mean, yeah, I don't think that anybody is saying that, this is an investment or anything like that. Yeah, it's a 2 yes decision. Yeah, of course. It's a house that you're going to be raising your kids in and also living in it, right? For like a long term. Oh, long term. She's moved into the good enough territory. And then trying to convince you it's her dream house, she's all trying to convince herself. Yeah, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe it is her dream house, and HOA is, not really that much of a deal breaker to her because she doesn't view it that way. I would ask her why she even bothered making the agreement with you if she was going to throw it out. And what if you found a place and she vetoed it or vetoed something else in your marriage? Why does Reddit do this? You see it time and again. All these whataboutisms. What if she vetoed something else in your marriage? I know she hasn't done that right now, and that's not the issue at hand, but imagine. Imagine if that's what happened. Huh? Then wouldn't you have the moral upper ground? Huh? Wouldn't you? Like, yeah, sure, but that doesn't matter. That's a comment by the OP. Yeah, let's see what the OP says. Oh, by the way, edit. This is now my most upvoted comment. Thank you. Quack Leon. Let's just see where. Oh, president's history. Ask history. That's history. Sorry. Is ask history not ask historians? How do you ask history? Who are you asking? What are you doing? All right. This actually happened with another house a realtor found for us. I loved it, checked all my needs and wants, but it was a further commute than my wife wanted. I work from home, but she's a dental hygienist. Can't you do that from home too? so she has to drive to work every day. She didn't want to spend that much time in a car every day, so we didn't pursue it even though I really wanted it. I brought that up during the argument at this HOA house, and she did not appreciate it. Obviously, she didn't appreciate it, but I think it's a good argument, right? I think it's a good, rebuttal. I get that, again, I get her point of view being that how bad could an HOA be? Because having a longer commute is something that you can very easily say sucks, right? An HOA is more like a bit of a boogeyman. Again, I'm not saying that HOAs are good. I'm not on the HOA side. In fact, HOAs probably are bad because it's like petty power plays and like just authoritarian rule over like a neighborhood or whatever. But I can also get why she's kind of, about it. I think that's about it. It wasn't really that interesting, because they basically found a house. She doesn't want to move into it. That's it. Because of, well, no, he doesn't want to move into it because of an HOA. Oh, my judgment. I guess like maybe she's the asshole, but like they didn't buy the house. He got the outcome he wanted, right? Like it's hard to say like what, like who's really in the wrong because they didn't get the house, right? No assholes here. Yeah, I mean, I think they're just getting tired of the process of looking at houses, putting down offers, getting excited, and then getting rejected or getting put into bidding wars, like they mentioned. Like that just sucks, right? Like even looking at apartments, like it's grating, and then after like a month, you're like, am I gonna keep living with my parents, or are we gonna move into our own place because you know good enough is good enough. I know I hated trying to buy a house. Look, we need more renters in chat. Honestly, too many people are talking about HOAs, and it makes like we need to touch a bit more of the common man. But I am happy you have a house. Bit jealous too, but we need to touch men sometimes. Sometimes. I'm a renter. Yes, what fraud? You live in like the EU. You don't. There's like no property there because of socialism. Am I the asshole for choosing my dog over my brother's wedding? All right, this could be spicy or it could be really sad. I 24 male have a brother 27 male. That's kind of reductive. You don't need both the brother and the male. Who got married last week and I unfortunately had to cancel the last one because my dog ran out into the street and got hit by a bike. Like a motorcycle, surely, right? He is now fine, but at the time I had to rush him to the vet and he was in very rough shape. No, a bicycle? The doctor told me that he will need supervision for the next week, and this happened 3 days before the wedding, which was a no pet wedding. I don't even, yeah, obviously it was a no pet wedding. It was a wedding. My brother made it very clear that this was a no pet event. He had to do that? And I even told him the situation, but he wouldn't budge. So I told him that I had to cancel, that I would not be attending to the fact that I needed to take care of my dog. That's all reasonable. I'm still confused. Bike is bike motorcycle or is bike bicycle? Because motorcycle sounds horrifying. Bicycle wouldn't like I get the physics of it. It just, to me, it sounds like nobody would get hurt if it was hit by a bicycle. I feel like I'm entirely wrong. Obviously, that's not true. It's probably going like 10, 20 miles per hour, right? With the weight of a person. But still, I don't know. It sounds comical to me a little bit. I'm sorry. I told him I had to cancel and that I would not be attending to the fact that I need to take care of my dog. A few days went by and my family is now upset at me because I didn't show up and that I should have just got a dog sitter. Well, did you tell your family the dog got hit by a bike and then made it ambiguous what kind of bike it was? but I didn't want to trust a random person or someone I know with this much responsibility because my dog is one of the few things that helped me get through COVID. Okay, yeah, dogs are great, obviously. Am I the asshole for missing my brother's wedding to take care of my dog? No, obviously you're not. Like, shit happens. It sucks that you missed the wedding, but like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, your family being upset with you is unfair, but also a reasonable reaction to, missing your wedding. I mean, paper mache, very good. We have a landlord in chat. All rentoids bow down. You're the asshole? Really? You think this is an asshole thing? It's their brother's wedding? Yeah, but their dog got hit by a bike. If we replace bike, which is comical a little bit, with like a car, would you still feel that way? Probably this OP had too small of a dog. He should have had a better dog so he could just tank the bike and be fine. It could be a recumbent bike, right? So there could have been two people. We just don't know. But like, just expecting someone to dish out dog sitting plus medical care for your dog to attend the wedding is, I don't know. Just sits around. What if it was like the old timey bikes? I think an old timey bike would just run over the dog and like not notice because of the huge wheel, right? Yeah, I mean, I think there's just kind of like a no assholes here, except the person who hit the dog with the bike, and also maybe the owner for letting the dog run out into the street. Like, it depends on how hurt the dog was. Yeah, obviously. I mean, he says he was in very rough shape. Here's the thing, right? We just gotta take people not at face value, obviously, but we gotta trust the basic facts. Because if he didn't get hit by a bike and the dog didn't run out on the street, like just we can't nitpick too many details, right? I'm gonna say I don't think you're really that much of an asshole because your dog got hit by a bike. The owner will be the OP then. Yeah, the OP is responsible for not having gotten his dog hit by a bike. I'll say it, yeah. Um could have just boarded the dog at the vet if he was concerned about the injury. Yeah, but like I don't know. Maybe I'm taking this more blasé, but like it's a wedding. I know everybody's like, "What? It's a wedding, dude." But they're gonna be together after, right? They're gonna hang out. You can see the bride and groom in their natural habitat for free. So confused about these responses. Sorry to be this is you're the asshole. Look, I have a dog I'm obsessed with, but a wedding for an immediate family member is a big deal. It also depends on how big the wedding is, right? If they're going to Ibiza versus, where was the wedding exactly? Exactly. Of course, it's a no pet wedding. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Just lurking. Maybe you're one of the few smart redditors. Joined 2 years ago. Are you fucking stupid? Never mind. This calls into question your whole character. My sibling missed my wedding for this. I'd be pissed. You could have gotten a dog sitter. There's plenty of people to make sure the person is capable. Plenty of ways. Sorry. Um. You had 3 days to make arrangements and didn't. Okay, that's fair. There are vets that will board injured dogs. There are pet sitters with veterinarian backgrounds. All right, maybe you're the asshole for complaining that it was a no pet wedding. I don't think he complained. I think he explained it for some weird reason, probably because they haven't been to very many weddings because they're 24. How did you expect to be accommodated? Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking either. You wouldn't even attempt to arrange care or anything for your dog, so they can really expect you to arrange anything at an actual wedding venue? How come I suspect you were in the wedding and canceled? Okay, that is a good point. If he was in the wedding, and he probably would have been, right? Because he's the brother of the groom. That does throw a wrench into things. Like for my brother's weddings was like a 3 hour drive. I had to get 2 days at a hotel. It was that kind of commitment, and I get why they had to skip the wedding. I mean, but that actually, to be honest, I would say that makes it so that you have more of a commitment to do the wedding. You took your dog to your brother's wedding? That's wild. Really? The dog was the best boy? Sorry, I'm making that part up. I don't think there was a best boy at the wedding. Yeah, I guess we kind of it really, really matters how injured the dog was. Because now I realize that I might be looking at this from the dog owner's perspective because I have a dog and she's going through some medical stuff right now. So I might be extra sympathetic to the dog, not necessarily to the bride or the groom or the OP, but to the dog. But it does sound like I don't know. He will need supervision for the next week. Doesn't sound like it's so hard to say without the OP giving us how injured the dog was. And it sounds to me like if they're not presenting the information that their dog required 24/7 medical care and had like a colostomy bag or something, which I don't think they do for dogs. But if he doesn't provide that information willingly, it implies that it's not going to strengthen his argument. And to me, it sounds like maybe the dog wasn't that injuriously injured, right? Um, Info was the real reason you missed the wedding because you were hunting down the bike rider John Wick style. It's probably like a little kid, right? That that hit the dog. Probably like an 11-year-old that hit the dog, and it's like a Shih Tzu. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, I maybe I was a bit too lenient on the dog owner and not dog hard enough on the OP. Yeah, no pet wedding is such a weird phrase. Obviously, it's a no pet wedding. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's called a wedding. Obviously. Let me pop out chat actually, because I can just put you guys like on the same window, and then I can look at you guys and admire you. Oh no, but it doesn't stay on top of stuff. Oh well. I tried. Oh my god, how I tried. From the OP, me and my brother have a great relationship. It was completely understanding. It was the rest of my family that was upset. Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, his brother probably didn't even want to get married. No, I'm joking. But like, a wedding is a big to do, right? I got married in a very tiny ceremony at like my town hall. And we have to do like a big wedding eventually, but I've just been kind of like procrastinating on it for a while now. That should happen eventually. But it is like a big to do, right? It is a big to do. Number 15 is spicy. Am I the asshole for calling my best friend the shallow bitch? All right. All right, let's check it out. Oh my god, wallet text. I-19F recently started introducing my friends to my boyfriend for now 3 months. He's a super sweet guy. He buys me flowers and apologizes for even yanking my hair even the slightest bit while playing with it and so many other things. That sounds AI. Does it? I don't know. I don't have an AI sensor. But what is this sentence? Okay, it sounds like AI. All right. Well, I'm okay with getting off of AI, but it's so funny and apologizes for even yanking my hair even the slightest bit while playing with it. Do you? It's just such a funny phrase. It's like he's always so apologetic when he accidentally kicks me. Uh, Paul Simon. You can call me Al. I mean AI. Ah, frick. Overall, my friends and family love him. All of the feedback I've gotten on him is that he's sweet and seems good for me. I genuinely love him and care about him a lot. You've dated for 3 months. You've dated for 3 months. You don't love him. All right? You don't love him. No offense. You'll probably like him a lot. But, like, you know, you don't, probably don't love him. That's fine. Nobody's expecting you to, but, you know, come on. Genuinely love him and care about him a lot. Yeah. The only person who seems to have a problem with him, though, is my friend. Oh, wait, I forgot to, wait. It was 17, who I've known for about 5 years now. Let me, 14-year-old would be friends with a 12-year-old? Yeah, that checks out. Sometimes. They probably lived on the same street. It was my birthday recently and deliberately made sure he was the last of my friends to meet him until the day of. She's a very outspoken and confrontational type of person and will tell people exactly what she feels. Well, I'm neither of those things. My family always jokingly called her my emotional support dog. That's weird. Straight up weird. Who calls your friend an emotional support dog? Maybe if they say it themselves. Oh my god, the dog guy's horny poster on NSFW subreddits too. My first instinct was to go back and click his profile, and then I realized what was happening, and then I'm like, wait, no, I can't do that. I can't do that on this stream. She's been a great friend and has stood up for me countless times and is pretty ride or die. What does that mean? What does it genuinely mean to be ride or die for your friend who's like 17 and 19? Like, what kind of confrontations have you guys gotten into? Your fries came out, they were curly fries instead of hashtag fries, and you were really upset because the spot was so Instagrammable, but now it's just like, it's no good and everything's falling apart. You're gonna be fine. There's not been really that much of an occasion. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a lot of stuff has happened, but I only have what I see. But lately, we've been on rocky terms for the exact reason I wanted to wait to introduce her to him. She absolutely despises him and is not afraid to tell me so. All of her reasons mostly have to do with his appearance not fitting her taste. He has a longer hair and a beard, he's a Redditor. And her favorite insult is to call him a roach or a homeless man. Even though it's well kept. She doesn't say it to his face, surprisingly, but I think that's because I've begged her not to do that. You had to beg her not to say that to your boyfriend's face? Why would you have to beg a person not? That's insane. She continued to insult him to my face every time I saw her after that, and it wasn't just a one-off comment every time I brought him up. It was constant. She would go on tangents in the middle of conversations. Oh, like you're doing right now? Sorry. About something completely unrelated. She started trying to guilt trip me into leaving my apartment with her every time he was there after showing up unannounced, saying things like, "You hate me, you never want to spend time with me anymore," and things like that. It all boiled down to me finally exploding on her last night after she sent me a series of texts about why I should break up with him. I was so upset, so fed up with her being so mean to him for no real reason that I sent her a very long paragraph. Oh, like you're doing right now? I yelled at her for being a... I'm not allowed to say that, am I? I called her shallow and immature and even criticized her love life, which is filled with shitty boyfriends that I've supported her through. At the time, it felt good to get it off my chest, especially with how weird and rude she's been acting, but now I just feel guilty. Welcome to human emotions. All she said in return was fake ass, which does not feel good. I hate fighting with my friends and I feel I went a bit too far, but I'm also gonna leave him just because she... But I'm also not gonna leave him just because she doesn't find him attractive. Yeah. Sorry, you guys said a lot of stuff. Teenagers think they know the world. So true. Please, 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 pleading face. Don't call my boyfriend a homeless man, please. Please. You don't have to go back and read all that. No, I realized after I read it that there was not that much there. God, why do 19-year-olds make their lives more complicated than they need to be? Because they don't really have, for the most part, that many complications. I I genuinely think that you kind of have about like 5 or 6 problems, right? At a time. And when you have no big problems, all those problems are small things, right? And then when you have really big problems, all the little things are just like too small to be in those 5 or 6 problems, right? Um, and so when you're younger, you don't really have that many problems to deal with. Or maybe you do, but you can't really deal with them. And so you have other things that in the scope of everything else feel big because there's no real reference point to it, right? Um, so like I'm not gonna like be, oh, you're only 19, you fucking idiot. Um, it feels it feels like her friend's kind of a bitch. Though like she's just like being an asshole for reasons that are not really articulated apart from like appearances. Which is like she doesn't have to date him, right? Can't even vote. That's true. Why are we even listening to her? Uh, her friend is being an asshole, but also she's 17. Yeah, but like she's still being an asshole. It doesn't change. Like I'm not gonna hold it against her for the rest of her life. But like, yeah, I don't know why she's being like this. Apart from maybe look, this is out of nowhere. But if this was like a rom com or like a teen romance, it's because she has feelings for her friend, right? Obviously, that might not be the case. Very, very easily might not be the case. But if this was a teen romance, that's what it would be. Um, but this is real life, so it could just be like any number of reasons, from like jealousy to being upset that your friend doesn't hang out with you as much as she used to envy, or maybe she wants him for herself, which would be kind of weird given that she's 17. But no, sometimes it's like cool to date an older guy. Um, but I mean, it's perceived as cool. I'm not saying it is cool. I'm not saying you should date older men unless you're like 40. Then like get as many gilfs as you want. You're the cougar and they're the forest. Um, let's see what people say. Not the asshole. She is shallow. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure why she thinks she has the right to insult his appearance. You told her to stop. Yeah, makes sense. She's pretty jealous and is handling it poorly. Yeah, just kind of not the asshole. You said this was spicy. This wasn't really that spicy, apart from that they said that word. Oh my god, I have to tell you the story of how I was an IRL rom-com villain sometime. Um, Interesting. You can tell that. Oh, you know what though? This is why it's called the Chatters Court. I will be taking cases pro bono to decide if you were the asshole in the story you tell. So if you do have a court to present before the case, before the law, because I'm Judge Dredd, maybe Judge Judy, you know, type it up. We'll read it, and then we'll pass judgment. We'll pass judgment on it. Um, let's check out Am I the Asshole filtered. This has way, way fewer upvotes. I don't actually understand how this subreddit works. I've just seen other people use it. But let's check it. Am I the asshole for telling my nurse boyfriend that adults work full time? This is gonna be funny. We gotta knock the nurses down a peg, okay? We gotta get them in line. They're so hoity-toity with their 80-hour work weeks. Not getting paid as much as doctors, despite having to do a lot of stuff. They need to get knocked down a peg, right? Do the food one? Which one's the food one? Am I the asshole for not inviting my chronically ill friend anymore? I'm not gonna touch that. Oh, am I the asshole for the food I got for my girlfriend? Alright, let's look at this. We need to peg nurses. Agreed. Okay. 4G, I love you in chat, buddy. Don't take it personally if I don't read everything out loud. We started dating 2 months ago. She, 21, is an athlete and takes her food calorie intake very seriously. Yesterday, she asked me, 22 male, to get her a healthy, low-fat dinner. She said, surprise me. I went to my favorite restaurant. They have this set of healthy bowls. I chose a Chocotella bowl, which has acai and yogurt as base with banana, strawberry, Nutella, crumble, crispy brownie, and cacao nibs as toppings. I figured this would be healthy enough, but she was upset and said I shouldn't have gotten anything with chocolate in it when she requested a healthy bowl. I don't know what to tell anybody. I don't know. This is boring. This is boring. This sucked. That was not a best of. Like it was filtered, but it wasn't interesting. I don't care. You're not the asshole, but neither is your girlfriend for saying that she doesn't want to eat chocolate. Like, who cares? It's one meal. You're gonna have to fucking shunt through, I don't know, 80 times 365 times 3 or 4 before, you know, you croak. This one's gonna slide. Don't even worry about it.